Maggie Shaw gripped the steering wheel like it might break in her hands. The road curled into Riverbend like a secret. Emily sat in the passenger seat, earbuds in, but she wasn't listening to music. She was watching her mother, quietly, suspiciously. The town sign was barely a sign. Riverbend. Founded 1894, population quiet. Someone had written "Run" in red spray paint underneath. Maggie didn't flinch. She just drove past. New house creaky, small but surrounded by trees. Birds chirping, an eerie breeze through the pines. It was supposed to be a fresh start. New town, new knees, new lies. Maggie unpacked in silence. She wouldn't let Emily help with the locked suitcase, the one she always said held paperwork. That same night, a knock came at the door. When they opened it, there was no one there. Just a box. No label. Inside, old newspaper clippings of a missing girl. The year was 20. The town, Riverbend. Maggie burned the box in the fireplace. Emily watched the flames dance in her mother's eyes. Next day, local thrift shop. Emily browsing aimlessly, flipping through dusty picture frames. And then she stopped. One frame held a photo that made her blood run cold. It was their old house, the one in Maine, the one they abandoned overnight, the one where Maggie had screamed in the middle of the night, and wouldn't say why. The shopkeeper smiled nervously. That came in last week. Some man donated a whole box of stuff. Emily asked, "What man?" The woman shrugged. Didn't leave a name, just said, "She'll find it when she's ready." Back at home that night. Mailbox screeches open. The door is scratched with deep lines. Maggie steps outside to grab the mail. Freezes. One word is carved into the metal. "You never left." Her hand trembles. She tears the whole mailbox off the post and throws it into the trash. Emily walks out behind her. What did it say? Maggie lies. Nothing. Just kids messing around. But Emily isn't a child anymore. She knows when her mom is lying. She knows the silence is hiding something ugly. She also knows the past didn't stay in Maine. It followed them. Final scene. Maggie alone in her bedroom, pulling out the locked suitcase. She opens it slowly. Inside are photos. A knife. A letter addressed to Emily. "Only open if I disappear." Maggie doesn't notice Emily watching from the hallway. Eyes wide. Silent. Afraid. Every night, the steps got closer. Through the trees. Onto the porch. But Maggie never opened the door, because deep down she knew who it was. Scene opens. Dusk settles over Riverbend. Trees blackened by fog. The wind carries voices, or maybe it's just the wind. Emily stares out the bedroom window. The woods whisper to her now. The neighbor kid Wyatt had warned her, "Don't go past the creek. That's where she disappeared." Emily asked. Wyatt didn't answer. Flashback. A decade ago. A girl in the woods. A scream. Then silence. The case was never solved. The girl's name was Lila Jensen. Last seen heading into the same forest. Emily now stares into every day. Present day. Inside the house. Maggie is jumpy, pacing, holding the same photo over and over. Her hands shake. The photo from the thrift store. She knew someone had followed them, and now they were leaving breadcrumbs. That night, as she locks the door, she hears it. Creak, creak, creak. Footsteps. On the porch. No knock. Just footsteps. Then, nothing. She doesn't open the door. She knows better. But the next morning, muddy boot prints. Clear as day. Leading away but not toward the road. Toward the woods. Emily at school. Computer lab. She types Lila Jensen disappearance. Riverbend. What she finds makes her stop breathing. Police sketches. Witness descriptions. One detail jumps out. Lila had been seen speaking to a woman who looked a lot like Maggie. Too much like her. Emily doesn't ask her mother about it. She knows she won't get the truth. Maggie thought she could hide forever, but when Tom smiled and said he forgave her, she finally saw it. This wasn't forgiveness. It was a trap. Scene opens. Emily sits at her desk, reading the letter from the locked suitcase. It was addressed to her in case Maggie ever disappeared. Inside, a confession. Maggie had once lived under a different name. She was married to a man named Jacob Keller. Violent, controlling, dangerous. One night, after another beating, she fought back. Jacob didn't survive, but his family never believed it was self-defense, especially Tom, Jacob's younger brother. Flashback montage. Maggie in a courtroom, bruised, terrified. Not convicted, but not safe either. Tom promised he'd find her one day. He said forgiveness is earned. Or forced. Present day. Emily confronts Maggie. You lied to me about everything. Maggie doesn't defend herself. She only says he's here, and he doesn't want forgiveness. He wants justice. His version of it. That evening, power goes out. Darkness swallows the house. Maggie grabs Emily's hand. They try to flee, but the front door is blocked. Outside in the dark, a voice echoes, running again. Maggie. It's Tom. He steps into the porch light, calm, clean cut, holding a revolver like he's holding a conversation starter. I waited 10 years. All I want is a talk. Inside, Maggie stalls. Emily sneaks toward the back window, holding a landline phone, dialing Dana's number. Tom enters, eyes scanning the home. He smiles warmly, too warmly. You know I did forgive you, right up until I saw her. He points at Emily, spitting image of her daddy. But with your that's dangerous. Maggie stands between Tom and Emily, her voice shakes. You want me? Then leave her out of it. He nods. Fair, then raises the gun. Before he pulls the trigger, boom, gunshot. Tom falls. Officer Dana bursts through the back door, gun drawn. Maggie collapses to her knees. Dana holds her. You should have told me from the start. Maggie whispers. I didn't want her to know who I really was. Dana looks at Emily. She just found out, and still stood by you. That's final scene. Weeks later, Riverbend is quiet again. Too quiet. Emily walks by the woods alone. In her bag, the old letter. She pulls it out, tears it up, lets the wind take it. But just before she walks off, she sees something nailed to a tree. A new photo of Maggie, taken yesterday. Meanwhile, Maggie visits Officer Dana Miles, the town's only cop. Dana is tough, observant, and no fool. Maggie keeps it vague, asking about harassment. Dana eyes her carefully. You've been here what? A week. Why do I get the sense you're not new to running? Maggie forces a smile. Some things are better left behind. Dana hands her a police report. Someone requested records from Maine, under their old names. Maggie's face goes pale. That night, another knock. This time, it doesn't stop. Emily opens the door. No one there, but something's different. The yard light flickers. Smoke curls in the distance. Fire. The thrift shop. It burns like a beacon in the dark. Police arrive too late. The building is gone, but in the ashes they find something chilling. A metal box. Melted, but intact. Inside, dozens of photos. All of Emily. All recent. Taken through her bedroom window. Final scene. Maggie holds the police report. Her hands tremble. She knows who's doing this. She whispers. He found us. Emily over, and for the first time, she asks what she should have asked long ago. What really happened in that cabin, Mom?